there are many ways to lose weight. One of them is sugar fasting, which is essentially just you eat a bunch of sugar and a very little amount of protein and fats. So you're basically just eating sugar. And that way, your body will think that it's starving and it will start to use your fat. But as you can see, it's not really healthy and you will look just terrible. Dude looks like 10, 15 years older, looks like a skeleton, dude. So avoid sugar fasting or any of these extreme, strange, weird weight loss methods. And just fasting in general, it's not actually good for losing weight because when you do start eating a normal amount of food afterwards, your body will just store that as fat because it thinks that, you're not going to get that much food next time. It's going to be in like survival mode. So especially if you're a teenager, these methods, these extreme methods are not going to be good. You're not going to grow their genetic potential. There's this cope going around that, if you fast for, do a little bit of a 24-hour fast, then it will increase your growth hormones. But come on, let's use our brains here. Why would you grow taller by eating less, by getting less nutrients? It makes absolutely zero sense. Do not trust these guys that tell you to do some weird ass things because it's just for the views. It's just so they can get your money. Now, obviously, you want to lose fat, not weight. And you obviously don't want to destroy your health and your testosterone or limit your height growth as a teenager. And the best way to lose fat in the healthy way is by following a low carb or a ketogenic diet. And the best ketogenic diet is basically carnivore because that way you're getting the most amount of nutrients. Of course, you should eat a different amount of carbohydrates depending on where you live. So let's say if you live in a place where it's never sunny, it's always cold and snowy and you can't really get any sunlight, then you should eat basically zero carbs, like very little amount of carbs, maybe like 10 grams if you really want to. But if you live in a place like this, you should really be eating like fat and protein and that's it. Because when you get sunlight on your body, that's what activates the need for carbohydrates because naturally you don't have any fruits here. You don't really have a source of carbohydrates when it's cold as hell outside. Whereas if you live in a place where it's sunny always, so let's say like right here, and there's lots of fruits everywhere, then you can eat a little bit more carbohydrates. So yeah, depending on where you live, you should eat more or less carbohydrates. That's the reason why some people, like Paul Saladino, they're eating the carnivore diet, and then suddenly they start getting low testosterone and muscle cramps and whatever he had. That's because he was living in a sunny environment and he was supposed to eat carbohydrates, but he didn't. But some people, on the other hand, they're able to be carnivore and they have absolutely zero problems with their testosterone or, their health in general. And also, it's not really ideal to eat absolutely zero carbs because then your body will have to produce carbohydrates on its own, which can be pretty taxing. So if you're going to eat low amount of carbs, then your body will have a lower insulin spike, and the insulin spike is what tells your body to build fat, muscle. It will basically tell your body to start gaining weight. But if you eat a lower amount of carb, then you will have a lower insulin spike and you will gain less fat. If you want to gain weight, then eat as many carbs as possible, as many carbs as you like. But if you want to lose fat, lose weight, then after eating your carbohydrates, you should do physical activity. 15 minutes after you ate the carbs, play basketball or whatever, right? Go for a walk. This way you're going to avoid having a big insulin spike and you're not going to store water weight or any of that bullshit. You're going to be looking leaner and you're going to be losing some fat this way. By the way, guys, I have my own health maxing community, so if you like my videos, then you can join for only $5. You can message me anytime and talk to others in the community and you get access to more videos. Link in the description.